Hey guys, it's Hannah, and today I will be teaching you how to make this really cute wall hanging. It only took me about an hour, and I used materials that I had laying around my house, so I think this is the perfect craft to do when in quarantine. Let's get started. Okay guys, so the first thing you're going to need to make this wall hanging is a stick. And this one is looking a little rough, but we're going to sand it down and then cut it to our preferred length so that we can make a triangle, and that will be the base of our wall hanging, so that from that triangle, off of one of the sides, we can hang a whole bunch of yarn and beads down from. So what I'm doing right now is I'm opening up the table so that I can slide the stick in, so I can clamp it and then cut it off on the end here to my preferred length. So I'm gonna get some measurements on this. This is a level. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go with 12 inches for the length of the sticks. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut 3 sticks 12 inches long. Okay, and once all 3 of your pieces are cut, you can go ahead and sand them to give them a really smooth finish. Just a little disclaimer, this process is so much easier if you know somebody who knows how to use these tools. You can just tell them what you want. But if you're not 100% confident in using these tools, then make sure that you have a responsible adult or just somebody who knows what they're doing around. I learned this process by just watching my dad, and now I can just copy what he did. But I always want to advocate for safety first. It is definitely getting smoother.
Duh.
And there you have it. You can definitely see the difference from how the bump looked before to how it looks now. You can still see it, but it's a lot smoother and it's gonna look a lot cuter. Okay guys, here is the final product. This is my triangle, and from here I will be hanging pieces of yarn down to make our wall hanging. So I'm going to explain what my dad just did. So after you have your triangle like laid out on the table and like in the formation of a triangle, go ahead and just wrap twine around to really secure all the ends together, which I'm going to show you in the next step. Or you can do what I did. What my dad did. So basically you drill a hole into both of the sticks and then you put a nail in it, and that just provides extra security, you know, where twine can sometimes unravel on accident if you don't glue it enough. So I grabbed some twine that my dad had in the garage, and then I cut 3 strands 62 inches long. If you also did the method where you nailed your sticks together, make sure that you cover up that nail with twine so that it isn't showing. Make sure that you're making this kind of crisscross X pattern so that the twine can really catch onto each other and hold strong. I also pulled this piece of twine through this gap that was in between the sticks to give it extra security. Then I just used some clear glue and I glued the ends of the twine to the sticks so that it wouldn't unravel, and then I just cut off any excess twine that was still hanging over. Okay, so now that the corners of your triangle are all secured with twine, it's time to pick which side you want to have yarn hanging from, and then we'll go ahead and measure that yarn and cut it. So this is the yarn I had laying around my house, and it is pretty fluffy. It's not as fluffy as the yarn that you would use to make the chunky blankets.
Duh.
I do have that yarn, but this one is the best yarn. And then I also have a pink yarn, and it is velvety, so I feel like that would give nice texture, fluffy and velvety. So if you're going to use thin yarn, make sure that you have enough of it so that it covers the portion that you want on your stick, or else you're gonna have a lot of gaps. Next, I found this lamp that had a hook so I could just hang my triangle from it so that's easier for me to work with, but you can just use a command hook. The length of your string will be the length that you want your wall hanging times 2. So if you want a 20-inch wall hanging, then cut your string to 40 inches. Placing the ends of the string together, take the loop on the opposite side and wrap it around your stick while pulling the string through the loop and tightening it. Several strings later, when your whole stick is covered, it will be time to start trimming the strings to clean up the edge. While I was cleaning up the excess string I had left over from my wall hanging, I wanted to do something cool with it, but I didn't know what to do. So I went on Pinterest, and then I decided that I wanted to start making some tassels. I made a pink and white one, and they turned out super cute. I've seen pictures where people have attached them to their wall hanging, so I may do that in the future, but I'll leave a link in the description for a tassel tutorial that you can use. But you can also make a smaller wall hanging, a bracelet, an accessory for your purse, or a garland out of tassels. There are numerous things you can create with yarn, so I challenge you to be creative and to not let any excess go to waste. Thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. If you want to see more, don't forget to like this video and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any future videos that I have planned for you. Also, if you like the necklace that I was wearing, be sure to click the link down below that says shop my handmade bracelets and necklaces so that you can buy one. And if you don't feel like making this craft, be sure to click that same link that'll take you to the website hannahmalin.com, and you can shop all of my wall hangings that I have listed. Thanks guys, bye! You hit my camera.
I'm sorry. And Hannah, why do you always make fun of me? Get your dad.